Welcome to the bold analysis. A poster was circulated on Tuesday evening that Kithure Kindiki, the Deputy President of the Republic of Kenya, was supposed to hold a Thanksgiving ceremony in Chuka Stadium on Saturday, tomorrow. And of course, I did not see, I tried to ask the social media handlers about it, but the government was a bit more cagey on explaining that move. Now, to the best of my knowledge, this information was leaked out because strategically I think NIS wanted to test the waters so that they can feel the acceptance of the Deputy President Kithure Kindiki. Kindiki is a product of a shambolic abuse, a shambolic process where the state machinery was marshaled against Rigathi Gachagua. So him coming to office or his ascending to that office was not that smooth. And of course, I said that his tenure, his 2 years or 3 years tenure to 2027 is not going to be that rosy. But of course, we will be so much interested in that event. I was so much interested because in that event, we would actually know the acceptance of Rigathi, of Kindiki. Because during the swearing in Nairobi, all the 4 Mount Kenya governors did not attend that event. Majority of Mount Kenya governors did not attend that event. So Mount Kenya governors kept off that event. The MPs, some to date, are yet even to congratulate Kithure Kindiki on him ascending to the post of the Deputy President. Of interest was the choice of venue. And I think the organizers, if they were to hold that event in Chuka Stadium, it was a blunder because, number one, it would actually show that Kithure Kindiki is being owned by Mount Kenya East. And even a choice to make it in Mount Kenya, while he is a deputy president that was pampered as a man who was going to unite the country, I strongly believe that a Thanksgiving in their home village will be working against the narrative that brought him to that position, that he is a nationalist. Probably a Thanksgiving for a man who is believed to be the unifying factor should happen in the CBD, where all the tribes are going to get time and are going to be represented. Unless we're still going the regional balkanization. So there was a lot of, excitement, anxiety around this. Kindiki would make his first tour in Mount Kenya after that shambolic process that declared him the Deputy President. However, a statement has been released on Friday evening. Remember, the poster was released on Tuesday. The information about this Thanksgiving ceremony came on Tuesday. Now, Friday evening, Ncheke, which is a council of elders from that region, held a press briefing denouncing the plans, saying that there were no plans and that was just mere political propaganda. Ladies and gentlemen, it was not a propaganda. The plans to hold the Thanksgiving were actually underway as the president planned to hold, or rather to take the spare wheel, to take Kithure Kindiki home. This is what Ncheke is saying. From very reliable sources, I've confirmed that that press briefing by Ncheke was actually after a last-minute decision was made to cancel Kithure Kindiki's ceremony in Chuka over political temperatures that actually are in the sky.
Kwa majina naitwa Wilfred Nziga Makanya, Mimi ni mzee wa Njurinseke Council of Elders of entire Meru. Mimi ni director wa Diaspora Council of Elders for Tharaka Nithi County, Meru County and Isiolo County. Na mimi niko hapa leo kwa kukanusha yale maneno yalipatikana kwa social media ya jana WhatsApp ikisema mambo ya umkami ya Deputy President Professor Kithure Kindiki. Niko hapa na wazee wengine wa Njurinseke wote na wa Mount Kenya wote kusema ya kwamba yale maneno yalipatikana kwa hiyo social media jana atakutakuwa na umkami kesho ya Deputy President Kithure Kindiki ni uongo. Na hiyo ni maneno yalipangwa na wale watu wanafanya propaganda na wale watu wako na nia mbaya ya kuharibu jina ya serikali. Because Deputy President Kithure Kindiki ni mfanyakazi wa serikali. He is the Deputy President of Kenya. Kwa hivyo ilikuwa ni propaganda na ni kuharibu jina ya Deputy President. Na hata tunaomba watu wale wanahusika na kufanya uchunguzi wajue ni kina nani wanacheza na jina ya Deputy President. Na sisi tumekasirika sana na hiyo maneno kwa sababu hiyo ni kuharibu jina ya mtu mkubwa kama huyu. Kithure Kindiki ni mtu ako na very clean record yake. Na alifanya mambo kwa kujivisa. Yeye ni kiongozi wa Kenya. Hawezi kufanya so bomkami ya area moja tu afanye bomkami Chuka. Kwa hivyo maneno kwa ufupi ni uongo na ni jambo la kusunisha sana kwa sababu ikiwa kuna mambo kama wewe yanafanyika hata wewe mwenyewe hujui. Inaonekana kwa social media. Watu nataka watu wa DCI uchunguzi wa maneno na hao watu wapatikana tujue ni kina nani wanacheza mchezo kama huo. Ya pili, kama kutakuwa na homecoming, sio watu wa social media wanapanga. Homecoming mtu anapanga mwenyewe na hiyo homecoming huyo ni mtu wa serikali, ndio serikali itapangwa na serikali na yeye mwenyewe ikiwa na kibali yake. Hawezi kutawazwa kama the king wa Mount Kenya. Professor Kithure Kindiki Deputy President ni kiongozi wa Kenya mzima. Anaongoza Kenya mzima mahali iko. Kaunti Turkana, Mandera, Kilifi, Taita Taveta, Kisumu, Nandi wote ni watu na Tharaka Nithi na Meru na Embu wote ni watu wa Kenya na yeye anaongoza Kenya sio Mount Kenya. Na hiyo neno kwa sababu Mount Kenya Professor Kithure Kindiki yako kuchagua kuwa kiongozi wa Mount Kenya ni kiongozi wa Kenya mzima.
Political temperatures are in the sky, and that is why the Kindiki event is getting cancelled. Let me take you back. I think that was on Monday, if I'm not wrong. There is a billionaire businessman who was arrested in Embu. And maybe you can look at that video.
Msiharas. Wacha kwa msimpige. Hapana. Mwache kumhandle na mwache kumhandle. Nini mbaya? Mwache kumhandle hivyo. Hapana. This you should not do this. You are harassing. Mbona mnamharass? Yeye anaweza jingisha, mwache kumforce inside. Stop forcing him inside. Harassment. This is harassment. Clear, make it clear. This is karibia hapo. Tunachukua. This is harassment. Wewe. Hey. Total harassment. Mnaharasa tena. Nini mnamharasa? Mpaka tunatuma zote. Nairobi gossip, Embu online kila mtu. Total harassment. On Facebook. This is harassment. Hebu nitumie kwanza nitumie Nairobi gossip.
he was arrested in Embu and allegedly being linked to funding Gen Z protest. Since Gen Z protest happened in June, someone is being arrested in October and is supposed to face charges of funding, or rather funding the Gen Z protest. And to be specific, they're saying that he was the mobilizer. He's being branded as the mobilizer of the protest that happened in Mount Kenya. And this can tell you the way, and when I saw this arrest, this can tell you the way the administration, the Kenya Kwanza team, are really so keen on Mount Kenya. And this video came out. I saw Martha Karua and the team condemning the manner of that arrest. This man is linked to the former Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua. So I can show you how there have been a lot of vigilance and the profiling that is going on in Mount Kenya. Now, I want to explain in details, why is Ruto avoiding Mlima? Why is Ruto avoiding Mlima? And that is the reason why that event has been cancelled. I want to believe that it was going to be a political theater at this time. Kindly subscribe to our channel and thank you very much. We are at 91,400 subscribers. So for us to reach 100,000, which I was praying we reach before next year, and I believe in Awezekana, we need 9,600 subscribers to reach 100,000. So the best thing you can do to tusaidia tufike, angalia hapo kwa that red button there. Kama uje subscribe, click that subscription button there. It doesn't cost even a shilling. And in fact, it will also not infiltrate your privacy, your email. I cannot see your email on my end, on my front end, or rather back end of the channel. So, but when you subscribe, click when I publish a video, you'll be notified. And so you will not miss any of our well-researched content. Why was Kindiki's event postponed? The Gachagua grassroots forays seem to be really raising the political temperatures. And it is a matter of time. William Ruto will have to take a gun and shoot, or say, no, not shoot. William Ruto will have to fire the person who advised him that wewe toa tu Rigathi, hii mlima ilikupenda before hata upate Rigathi. The person who advised the president, in the fullness of time, that it will emerge that that was a mistake. Huyo mtu alimdanganya. And I think it could be the likes of Ichung'was. The person who advised William Ruto that just impeach Rigathi, you will not lose Mount Kenya, that person Ruto will regret. Look at this reception. And this is what we are saying. Raila Odinga, you know, today if Raila Odinga says, I don't support Ruto, that is the end of Kenya Kwanza. If Raila loses Ruto, even with those ministers, Mbadi, Opiyo Wandayi, Joho, those ones cannot deliver the Raila fanatical vote, even if they are in cabinet. But I think with the political temperatures in the mountain, the presidents and the team are realizing that the timing is wrong. They cannot risk going to that place now. Then the reason is this. Mount Kenya MPs that were dispatched to market Kindiki are back with bad news. Kindiki is unsellable. They're back with bad news. I saw Sabina Chege in Murang'a was saying They were begging. In fact, she was, I don't know, she was begging people that, you know, Kindiki is one of us. Let us just embrace Kindiki, this and that. And in fact, even Mount Kenyans don't have a problem with Kindiki. The problem is the process of removing Rigathi and the motive around it. If Kindiki had to become a deputy president through Rigathi impeachment, that is where the problem is. He will still become a deputy president in 2027 if Ruto would have just left it and of course choose him at some point. But that transition, Kindiki-Rigathi transition, it's a big mess. And acceptability is emerging as a big problem because I think there is something that when the things that Rigathi was inclined to doing, Rigathi got some very, specific projects that were aligned to Mount Kenya, illicit brew, and then alienda karibu na watu. Kindiki is yet to attend an event, even though he's not fond of, that is not his political mantra. But is yet to, I'm yet to see Kindiki with members of clergy from Mount Kenya, with even convening leaders from Mount Kenya, even attending events. I'm yet to. The other issue I can also see here is the president, when you go for that Thanksgiving, and the president is in the region, there should be some development. So maybe there is some mishap in terms of development portfolio in Tharaka Nithi. Because you cannot you cannot go to people and want them to celebrate a deputy president, but what has the deputy president brought? So there could be lack of development, inadequate development portfolio, which government can use for some bragging rights. And lastly, I think this week, the Shah mess and the bishop's presser disorganized government, and Ruto might be thinking, he might have thought that this is not the time to organize a crowd and bring Kenya Kwanza together for a talk. Yeah, you can bring them together. This is not the time to go to Mount Kenya and give leaders microphone. They can attack bishops from morning to evening because they think they're making Ruto happy. And in a real sense, they're actually spoiling. Tuonane kesho bana.